We are living through a period that future historians will call the Great Recall. For the last 70 years, the world operated on a system of blind trust. Countries stored their gold in New York, London, and Paris, believing that a digital receipt was just as good as the metal itself. But in the opening weeks of 2026, that trust has evaporated. From the nations of the global East to the powerhouses of Europe, the command has been given: send our gold home. Now. Today, we are going to look at the terrifying truth behind this global race for physical delivery, and why this great recall is the final warning for anyone still holding their wealth in a bank. This is the story of how the world's most powerful people are preparing for a system where paper promises mean nothing, and only the weight in your hand counts. To understand why this is happening in 2026, we have to look at the shockwave that hit the markets just 14 days ago. A major European central bank rumored to be Germany or Poland requested the immediate repatriation of 50 tons of gold stored at the Federal Reserve in New York. The response they received behind closed doors was not a confirmation of shipment, but a request for logistical delays. In the language of high finance, logistical delay is a code word for "we don't have it." This ignited a firestorm. Within hours, other nations began auditing their overseas holdings. They realized that in a world of geopolitical sanctions and frozen assets, gold stored in a foreign capital is not an asset, it's a hostage. This brings us to the story of the ghost ounces. For decades, the London and New York gold markets have operated on a fractional reserve system. They sell the same ounce of gold to 100 different buyers through ETFs, futures, contracts, and unallocated accounts. It works perfectly as long as no one asks for the physical metal. But in 2026, everyone is asking at the same time. We are witnessing the first global bank run on physical gold. When the music stops and the vault doors open, we are going to find out that the paper gold market is the largest Ponzi scheme in human history. If you own gold through a banking app or a paper certificate, you are not a stacker. You are an unsecured creditor, hoping that a bankrupt institution will keep its promise. Why is this happening specifically now, in 2026? Because the mask of the global financial system has slipped. When the BRICS nations announced their gold-linked settlement system, they didn't just create a new currency. They declared the end of the audit-free era. They demanded transparency. They demanded physical settlement. They understood that in the upcoming golden reset, the only thing that will determine a nation's power is the physical tonnage they have on their own soil. This is why China has been buying every available ounce from the Swiss refineries for the last 24 months. This is why India's central bank recently moved 100 metric tons of gold from the UK back to domestic vaults. They are preparing for a world where digital wealth can be deleted, but physical wealth is absolute. I want to tell you a story about a family in Singapore who saw this coming. They weren't billionaires. They were middle-class savers. In 2024, they had their life savings in a gold-linked bank account. They felt safe because they saw the gold price going up every day. But in late 2025, when the first signs of the Great Recall appeared, they tried to convert their digital balance into physical 100-gram bars. The bank told them there would be a 15% conversion fee and a 6-month waiting list. They realized they didn't own gold. They owned a bet on the price of gold. They ended up paying the fee and taking delivery of whatever they could get. Today, in 2026, those physical bars are worth 5 times what they paid. But more importantly, they are theirs. They aren't trapped in a bank's balance sheet. They are in a private safe, ready to be used if the digital grid fails. The Great Recall is not just for countries. It is for you. Every week that you buy a small coin or a small bar and take it home, you are performing your own personal repatriation. You are recalling your labor and your future from a system that is designed to devalue it. In 2026, the gap between the spot price and the physical price is widening every day. We are entering a phase of extreme scarcity. As central banks pull gold off the market and into their private vaults, the amount of gold available for the average person is shrinking to zero. We are seeing out-of-stock signs at the world's major mints. The US Mint, the Royal Mint, the Perth Mint, they are all struggling to keep up with the demand from institutional buyers. In 2026, gold has become the ultimate hard-to-get asset. The window where a regular person could walk into a shop and buy an ounce of gold is closing. Soon, It will be an asset reserved only for the ultra-wealthy and the sovereign states. The psychology of the 2026 market is dominated by one thing: the fear of being last. No one wants to be the last person holding a digital dollar when the world moves to a gold standard. No one wants to be the last person holding a paper certificate when the vaults are empty. This fear is what is driving the vertical price action we are seeing. But for the stacker who has been buying every week, this isn't a time of fear. It's a time of vindication. You didn't listen to the experts who called gold a pet rock. You listened to history. You listened to your gut. As the great recall accelerates, the government will try to discourage you. They will talk about gold windfall taxes. They will try to make it difficult to buy or sell physical metal. They might even try to demonize gold owners as hoarders or economic saboteurs. This is the same playbook they used in 1933. Why? Because they know that as long as you own gold, they cannot control you. They cannot inflate away your wealth. They cannot track your every move through a CBDC. Gold is the ultimate freedom technology. Your stack is more than just a hedge against inflation. In 2026, it is your ticket out of the digital gulag. It is your insurance against the great recall of bank deposits. It is the only thing that will remain standing when the smoke clears from the current financial explosion. Don't wait for the official announcement of a gold standard. By then, the price will be $10,000, and there will be nothing left to buy. Take your wealth home. Secure your future. Be your own central bank. The weight in your hand is the only truth in a world of digital lies. The great recall is here, and the exit door is narrowing. Every ounce matters. Every week counts. Keep your eyes on the votes, keep your hands on your metal, and keep stacking. Subscribe to Channel Stacking Gold.